What's better, online dating or meeting women in real life? Well, today we're going to talk about why you can meet women either online or in real life. If you want to learn how you can find a girlfriend or a life partner who's right for you, you have to understand that both are absolutely valid strategies. Some of the most prevalent mistakes men make when it comes to online dating is one, having bad pictures. Now, you have to understand, the first thing women evaluate when they come to your Tinder profile, Hinge or Bumble or Facebook dating is the pictures. And a lot of people think, oh, I just have the face that I have. There's not a lot I can do about it. But you forget about things like lighting, the angle. Please, let me give you one practical piece of advice right off the bat. Please don't make selfies. Selfies either make you seem self-absorbed or as if you have no friends. So, cut the selfie thing out. So it can really be worth investing 50 euros, 100 euros into getting some good photos done, or even just getting a friend with an iPhone 11 or 12 to get some nice pictures of you. The second thing men mess up is their profile description. If you don't point out in an effective way the things that are most attractive about your life, then you're losing valuable points. Because you have to understand, there's all these little conversion points, so to speak, breaks in terms of attraction that can either lead her to want to match with you, to want to continue the conversation with you, to meet you for a date, or to lose interest in you and say, it's just another swipe left. So the profile description is absolutely essential. We've had clients where we just changed their profile description a little bit, took 2 pictures out, added 1 picture, changed the profile description, we went over their texting, and within a really short period of time, they found a girlfriend. It's amazing. And then obviously the third thing when it comes to online dating is the way you text. Now, texting is a skill that has to be learned. There are certain crucial mistakes men make all the time. There's a lot of them, but one I want to share with you here today. One of the biggest mistakes men make when it comes to online dating is to not invite her to the date early enough. They text for hours and hours and sometimes even days, and they never actually get around to asking her for a date. Now, what you have to understand is, if you wait so long to invite her for a date, something outside of your control will occur that will distract her from meeting you for a date. Maybe her dog dies, maybe something in her family happens. We actually had that with a client of ours recently. He was in conversations with a lady, and her father is sick, happens to be dying of cancer. Real life shit, okay? So that's a very serious thing. It could also just be that she's meeting somebody else, and that your chance is gone. Remember, there's a degree of competition in the market. If you don't meet her for a date, she's matching other people. There's a chance she's going to meet somebody else. So, when it comes to online dating, at least to dating apps, because we teach strategies for Instagram and Facebook as well. Online dating, I have a little bit of chocolate in my mouth, that's why I'm still chewing here. So one is pictures, second is your profile description, and third is the way you text. Now, when it comes to meeting women in real life, you have to first of all understand that the way you approach a lady, the way you approach a woman or a girl, is always tailored to the context you're in. If I see somebody in a nightclub, the way I speak to her is going to be completely different than when I'm in Whole Foods and she's standing next to me while I'm checking out either the beef jerky or if I happen to be a vegan in the vegan protein bars. The way I speak to her there is going to be very different. Now, I'm still going to be myself. The first thing that you have to understand when it comes to meeting women in real life is that you have to learn to communicate your personality authentically and effectively. Now, what does that mean? You have authentic and you have effective. We spoke about that a little bit in other videos already, but just to tease into it again. When you're opening up a conversation with a complete stranger, be it in a bar, nightclub, supermarket, on the street, in the yoga class, wherever you happen to be, okay, or even during online speed dating events, it's really important that you speak your truth. Now, speaking your truth does not mean walking up to a lady and saying, wow, you're really pretty, I'd like to have sex with you. That'd be very honest, but it wouldn't be very effective, right? So you have to become much more honest, much less filtered, but at the same time socially calibrated. You have to be able to read the signals she's giving you. So, we have online dating, the 3 core pillars: pictures, profile description, and the way you text. And in real life, it's about initiating a conversation. That's the first thing. You start the conversation. The second thing is you establish a man-to-woman connection. Now, a man-to-woman connection, what's that? Well, it basically means you bring intimacy into the conversation in a physical, as in a verbal, as well as non-verbal way. And that always has to be done in a respectful way according to her signals. You have to be able to read her body language, the signals she's sending you, whether she's comfortable in the conversation or not. If a lady is ever uncomfortable in the conversation, you leave. You leave her alone, you respect her space. Because there's 2 elements to this whole dating thing and meeting women in real life so that you can find a life partner, somebody to have a family with. And that's 1, yes, there is an element of numbers game. It's an element, of course. If you only introduce yourself to 2 or 3 women, the chance that one of them is going to be your dream life partner is going to be really small. But then again, you could go hypothetically and speak to, I don't know, 50, 100, 200 women, and if you don't know how to do it, how to start the conversation, how to establish a man-to-woman connection, how to have a perfect date, then you're not going to be able to create the spark and attraction necessary that she has to feel to want to stay in the conversation with you. Now, another note that I would like to add that is kind of the base. So we have online dating and we have real life. What the base of it is you've heard people talk about confidence, just be confident. Well, that's not really helpful. That's an Instagram meme without any real utility. How do I become more confident? So you have to understand that confidence is at the same time something that's built over time. Right? It's a habit that's established over months in a certain area using what they call in psychology the confidence-competence loop. You get positive feedback, you invest more, skill goes up, confidence goes up. Skill goes up, confidence goes up. That's one thing. But confidence is also a mental and emotional state. You can learn to turn confidence on in a moment. It's really important. Gunther Schmidt, he's one of the most respected psychologists in Germany, and he talks about that quite a bit, that we all have the angry one in us, we have the sad one in us, we have the courageous one in us, we have the fearful, scared, and anxious one in us. These are all parts of us. In psychology, they describe it with parts. Now, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a neuroscientist. These are things I've learned from psychologists and neuroscientists. These parts are represented in different areas in your brain. And you can learn through priming, you can learn to elicit certain mental and emotional states. That's what we do with our clients. We teach them how to put themselves into a confident state before the date. 1, we show them techniques and we do rational exercises on the mental level, solve mindset problems in our mindset calls, right? Over months and months, over weeks and months, to be able to build like a really, solid level of confidence where it doesn't matter who's in front of you. You're filming a video, whatever the situation is, you're grounded in your own sense of identity and you can show up at your absolute best, no matter what lady, what woman might be sitting in front of you. But at the same time, we work on these 3 things where you're able to establish a sense of confidence right before the date, because you might be extremely busy with your business. You might be very busy in your career, okay? And when you're going through your day, you might get all caught up in stressful thoughts sometimes, okay? Maybe just really busy, maybe really excited, but you may be very much in your head. You have to be able to get out of your head. You have to learn to get out of your head and into your emotions. Because when you're on a date and you're trying to impress her logically, it's not going to work, okay? She only responds to emotions, so you have to learn to tap into the different parts of you. Because when you're about to maybe introduce yourself to a lady, there may be a little bit of anxiety. You may not be feeling so perfectly, but you have to learn to be as confident as possible, because if you're all scared, nervous, or overthinking yourself, or even just worried about how she might perceive you, that actually leads to you acting in a weird way, and she will perceive you in a really strange manner. So we have online dating and we have real life, and the base of it is you showing up at your absolute best. And if you want to learn how you can do that in detail, how you can build a mental and emotional foundation of confidence that will carry you with ease through whatever date you might have, so that you can find a girlfriend or a life partner who's right for you. Then apply for a first free coaching call with the link under this profile. And we're going to design a step-by-step plan together with you, how you can achieve that based on your individual situation, because everybody's situation is different. I'm looking forward to speaking with you.